Welcome to this week's episode of the Pullist Examiner. This is my weekly video where I take a look at the top 3 comics I'm looking forward to reading when it comes to New Comic Book Day. New Comic Book Day this week is March 1st, 2023, and there is a lot of Star Wars comics on my pull list this week, which is apropos because this is also season 3 of the Mandalorian release week. So I'm excited about that too, being a Star Wars nerd. But hey, let's take a look at the top 3 comics I'm looking forward to reading this week for New Comic Book Day. Starting off the list this week is going to be Phantom Road issue number 1. Yep, it's exciting to say, hey, I'm looking forward to reading an issue number 1 book because I have no idea what it's going to be like yet. So I am looking forward to reading this because it's written by Jeff Lemire. And even though I'm not a huge horror genre fan, in comics at least, I thought, hey, let's try this out. It's a Jeff Lemire book. I like a lot of his writing. He's done all sorts of, different genres, but I know that this is one of the kind of genres he does excel at. And let me read you the synopsis real quick because it is a new book this week. It says, this is grindhouse horror meeting high concept supernatural fantasy in a bold new mini-series from Jeff Lemire and Gabriel Hernandez Walta, which they are the Eisner Award nominated creative team behind the best-selling Sentient series. So we'll see what we get. At number 2 this week, we have Star Wars: The High Republic, The Blade, issue number 3. Out of all the Star Wars series that will be coming out this week, there are a plethora of them.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
And actually, half of them are written by Charles Soule, including this one, which is, I'll just refer to it as The Blade. It's part of the High Republic series of Star Wars. And back in issue number 1, we got to see this new character. His name is Porter Engle. He is supposedly a master at the lightsaber, and Jedi are trying to aid a war that is happening on a remote planet. They're trying to step in and make peace. And I think we left off last issue on kind of a cliffhanger where they were in the city that was becoming under siege by one of the warring factions there that's on that planet. But overall, Charles Soule is a great writer in general. And if you haven't read 8 Billion Genies yet, go pick that up because that has been one of my favorite series in the past year. But again, on all the Star Wars books that he writes, I have to say the writing quality, you can just tell the difference when he's writing. So I'm happy to say that I really have enjoyed reading The Blade, the first 2 issues, and I am looking forward to reading this upcoming issue number 3. Coming in at number 1 this week is going to be The Red Zone issue number 1. This is by AWA Upshot Comics, and I have to say, if you have watched my 2022 Best of Comics show, you'll know that my number 1 pick from last year was another AWA book called The Fourth Man, and the art on that book is done by the same person who's doing this book, which is Mike Deodato Jr. And he has this very unique style and likes to incorporate famous movie stars as references in the art, so you actually get a film quality comic. It's very interesting, and I really like how he does the artwork, so that's a bonus already. Again, it's a number 1 comic, so I don't know really what to expect, but the synopsis for this one is that there is a unassuming American professor of Russian and Slavic studies, and he's called in by the US government for a secret international mission back to Russia. When his support team of commandos is ambushed and killed, it's up to Randall to fight his way out of Russia using his, quote, particular set of skills. So what does that mean? I think it's going to be kind of like a spy movie, spy comic, and it's written by Cullen Bunn, who is a really great writer who has done some really other really good series. So I am looking forward to this team up between Deodato and Cullen Bunn. And again, this is an AWA book, and maybe my hopes are too high because of the book The Fourth Man from last year, but we'll see what we get, and it's my number 1 pick for this week. Hey, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Pull List Examiner. You can find all the comics I'm planning on picking up this week in the description of this video below, and make sure you click subscribe if you haven't already. You can also go see what comics I picked up on New Comic Book Day over on my Instagram account. Usually I will do a quick reel of all the things that I grabbed that day, call it my NCBD haul video. So thanks for watching, and remember to read them, bag them, and board them. We'll see you next time on the Pull List Examiner.